What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Lines In Yak Fishing. I'm Justin Patrick, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a walkthrough of the Newport vessel NK180 on my Hobie PA14 360. This is a 2022 model, and this will essentially work for the Hobie PA12 as well. Probably not the Outbacks and all that kind of stuff, but it may still give you some ideas. But this came as a request from a fellow angler looking to do the same install on his kayak. So without further ado, I'm gonna flip the camera around so you guys can see a little bit better and show you guys how I set mine up. All right. So one thing to take note, I just kind of want to lay it out there real quick. I'm not real big on making permanent changes to any of my kayaks. I try to pretty much leave a clean slate for the next guy whenever I sell these boats. So that's kind of the motto of pretty much everything that I do. Get it installed, not make any permanent changes that won't be desirable for the next individual, but also do it in such a way to where it's efficient and I can get it off my boat, put it on my boat, real quick and easy. So let's start right here with the mounting plate. This is something I feel like is important to kind of take note of first. I like to give you guys the nitty-gritty details and things that maybe you're not going to learn until you get into it and experience it for yourself. So maybe hopefully this will cut some corners for you, maybe even save you a little bit of money and time. So first thing you need to consider is how you're going to mount the motor mount to your kayak itself. Now, there's a lot of great mounting options out there. You may already have one picked out. I'm using the Hobie power pole mounting plate here, and this thing is plastic. It has flex to it, and when you have 24 volts worth of torque, it generates a little bit of flex on this mounting plate. Now, the way you get around that is either in my case, I just kind of got lucky and happened to have the marine mat on here, which seals that gap a little bit. There's a little bit of space right here, but it's resting on the marine mat right there, and then down here as well. So it kind of helps to support it. What some other people have done is, slide a little bit of foam or wood or something, solid up underneath there to reduce that flex. But again, there's a lot of other, metal options out there. I think One Objective has one, Innovative Sportsman. There's quite a few out there, but just make sure you look into that first before you get into the rest of it. Now, the motor itself, the kit and everything is a pretty good kit. All the hardware that comes with it is pretty good. It comes with the D-rings. The only thing I just wasn't in favor of was this little rope material. This is what comes with the kit, and for the steering lock, but they also use it for the reverse lock and the lift mechanism on it. And what I experienced with this is it has a little bit of stretch to it. So when you're using the lift, you have to pull through the stretch first, and then it lifts the motor up. And then for the reverse lock, it doesn't spring back very good. So whenever you release the reverse lock handle, however you end up having it set up, this little rope material here, it just doesn't spring back into place. So I replaced mine with 550 cord. It's a lot stronger. It doesn't have any kind of flex to it, and that's really kind of eliminated that particular issue that I was experiencing. Now, the only other modification that I made was the steering lock. From the manufacturer, they have a little indent right here for the pin. It slides through that pin sleeve and then rests down here in this indent. But what I was experiencing was the indent wasn't deep enough. So I took a 3/16 drill bit, I believe it was, and just kind of deepened that out a little bit more. And now the pin slides down in there and it's pretty secure. I haven't had any issue with the pin popping out since then. But those are the only two changes or modifications that you may have to consider making, you know, whenever you do this install. Now the rest of it is pretty straightforward. The motor mount bracket itself just has 4 bolts right here, and then and that secures it to whatever kind of mounting plate that you're using. Now to slide around here, this is just a clamping lever that, you know, you tighten that down once you slide it down into the grooves right there, and it helps, you know, it secures, you know, the motor mount itself down into the motor bracket. All right, now running your cables, there's, you know, different ways you can do it. I've seen some people run all their cables through this little eyelet and then come over here or whatever they want to do. I just kept it simple. I used what I already had existing on the kayak, and these Hobie PAs, they come with these eyelets for the bungees right here. So I've got them run through there. I just have them kind of hanging loose right here, and then they run through this eyelet, and then they run through the eyelet right here on the paddle holder. And then I've got both my handles right here. This is the reverse, and then this is the lift. And what I do to secure the lift, instead of adding another cleat accessory or something like that, I just use this little piece right here on the rod holders. So the lift, I pull it, I wrap it through there. I would lift it, but it would hit the hit the wall. But I pull it up, and then I just wrap the remaining slack around this and just kind of cinch it down, and it holds it in place. And that allows me to, you know, get the boat up on the trailer and get off the ramp. Now, it doesn't come with this in the kit, but what I did is I purchased these Anderson SB connectors. They work really well. I use them for my MotorGuide XI3 install, and they're really easy to connect and disconnect. They stay real secure. So this is what I use to connect, you know, the power cable to my battery. For the throttle control cable, I just kind of have it running up through here. It looks a little sloppy right now, but usually when I have my crate back here, you know, it's not really that bad. But I just have my throttle cable run up through here, up under behind the rod holder, and then up through here. I come up underneath the H rail, and then I have the 6-inch pigtail extension from NK, from Newport, which gives me a little bit easier access to this connector to where I can disconnect that pretty quickly and again get off the water. For the throttle control itself, I went with the Hobie H-rail mounting board right there, and I put some Velcro on the back of both sides and just kind of lock it into place, and I haven't had any issues with it yet. I've been out in some pretty rough water and whatnot, and it holds pretty good. So that's pretty much, you know, just kind of where it sits. And again, real easy to come off and load up and put back in the truck. Now let me slide around here to the other side. Now for my battery, what I came up with is I unscrewed the fasteners for the H-rail here, and just use again some 550 cord. Just tie a little overhand loop knot right there. Secures it pretty well. It passes through these through this ratchet strap here, and again on that side, and it secures this thing in place really well. Now my crate sits right back here, so and it's really secured with the bungees, so it's not, if I was to flip over, the battery is not going to go that way. It's not going to go this way because of the hole, and then this is pretty tight and secure, so it's not going to come up that way. So so far I really liked, you know, this way of securing my battery. And again, you know, it comes off really quickly. Just loosen it up, slide this down out of the way, and then I can lift the battery up out of here in, you know, a matter of seconds. All right, guys, so that's my install of the Newport vessel NK180. Again, this is a 2022 Hobie PA14 360. You know, with the steering lock, you know, you got some different options there. You don't have to use a steering lock like I did. You can, you know, run your, you know, your left and right control, either, you know, tie them into your rudder, or you can, you know, run them some cables and stuff like that through your hole, or however you want to do that to, you know, foot pedals. Me personally, I just, you know, the rudder works just fine for me. Even the 360 drive itself kind of acts as a little bit of a steering mechanism there too. It helps to control it in really tight places. So that's my install. Hope this helps you guys out. If you're looking to do the same, add the same motor on your boat. Again, varying boats are going to be different. You know, this is kind of really specific for the Hobie PA14 and the PA12. But anyways, guys, hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. And again, appreciate you guys tuning in to today's video, and we will catch you in the next one. Y'all take care.